This was the most difficult deer season that I have ever had.
Guys, I'm within 100 yards. I think that buck is going to be bedding this point right here. I've gotten pictures of him. He's walking the steep face, side hilling it and coming down right here in between this little rock bluff. Always just after dark though. Got to get over on that point with him, so I'm going to shut up. Alright, found my tree. Getting up in this big old gnarly oak tree. It's got a bunch of burls and fat spots in it, but it doesn't look hollow, so I'm going to rip it. I'm on this little bench. Top of the hill is like 300 yards up. Thinking, based on the wind, it's blowing back that way, that he's bedded somewhere up here off the points. I'm probably within 150, 200 yards of him. I got a little bit of wind cover, but I'll be real quiet. Get up in this tree. The only thing that could suck is if he works the softwood edge on the upwind side of the spine to loop around me and come back on the bench, which is a possibility, but you gotta risk it. This is the best tree I can have a shooting lanes. Little beech tree there. There was a big scrape last year. They haven't opened it up yet, but that's how they move through here. Then that's where I'm putting my cards tonight. Oh shit. And there was an eyeball in there looking right out at me. Looked like a big eyeball though. Probably was just as scared of me as I was of it when I poked my head up and said, oh shit. I think this is where I gotta be. This is the spot. I just gotta stay below that danger hole, I guess. Alright, just got up to these power lines here. I'm gonna put on my ghillie suit top and try to do a little spot and stalk in. Slightly breezy conditions, pretty cloudy, overcast. It would be a real easy day to sneak up on one, potentially, if we can glass one up out here. I've never stalked one here in the power lines, but I know that some deer have been killed out here before, some nice bucks, so I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna bring the spotter, bring the bow, do a little ground and pound while we can. Very incognito, very different than what I'm used to, but you gotta do what you can, and right now it's all I got. I got about an hour and change left to light, so I gotta get rolling. No dice. That's alright, wasn't expecting much anyway, so.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm looking to the sun.
Wait, you're actually?
I'm filming right now. This is for the video, boys. What do we got to say? Everybody pumped up?
I'm 7. I'm ready to shoot.
Liam, how old are you?
7.5.
Jack?
7.
Colt?
10.
10? Alright, this is our first cousin deer hunt.
And my first deer hunt.
Yeah, this is a day of many firsts, but we got to
This
get
is my
going
second.
because it's 5 o'clock and sunrise is soon. So let's get a rip in here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ready, Bubba?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Bang. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
What was that?
bird, I think.
Not a single deer. We didn't hurt here.
So, try it again tomorrow.
Mhm.
Alright, just rip the e-bike up this point. Get up on top of this ridge behind me here. Can't really see it, but it's a long ridge, goes like that. Work on top of it. Looking for some fresh scrapes. I found some smaller ones coming up on some access trails, but they're probably all nighttime, so. It's October 28th. It's just after 2:30. Ripping over to a spot today on a swamp edge. I've been doing a bunch of scouting on the last couple days. I'm on a vacation here, but all my normal spots that I can predict deer to be annually are pretty much bone dry. Deer kind of shifted around a little bit, so I'm gonna find where the deer are at. So headed down to a swamp piece today. I've been up in the mountains hunting like the big woods, but I'm gonna go check out a swamp today and try to get in there tight to what I suspect to be some pretty thick bedding around some standing water, and hopefully we get into some deer. There's a historical scrape that's in there that's been tore up every year. Found it last year during gun season, a little bit late, but now's the pre-rut time. People are having bucks daylighting, checking scrapes, so hopefully they've hit this scrape and then they come out of the swamp in daylight and maybe we can see something, because I haven't seen a single deer since the one hunt, like September 22nd, where I had them come in just after last light. So haven't seen a single deer in any of the times I've been out, but we're not stopping. We're going to keep grinding. Hopefully that changes today. Getting tired of not seeing any deer. Hunting in the wrong spots. I'll see you on the next one, I guess. Alright, so just met up with Shay. Shay thinks we're in the streets of Compton because he's packing a Glock. What is that, a Glock?
19.
Glock 19?
Damn right.
Yeah, these deer are in trouble. Shay's carrying a Glock 19, so we're about to rip the e-bikes down a trail and head over to the back end of the mountain range that we checked this morning. Hopefully we can find something. We'll see. Good luck, dude. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm set up over a creek, kind of in the top end of this clear cut. There's like a four-way intersection of trails that all converge right here. Shay is between 150 and 200 yards away from me, I think on the opposite side of this clear cut. So as you can see, I've got a big ridge behind me, very steep. Everything kind of condenses down on this side of the cut right here. Shay's got a bunch of oaks and beech nuts and good terrain on his end too, so I think if we made it up close enough to the bedding, we've got a pretty decent chance of seeing something between the two of us that's coming down here. So I have this little creek below me running pretty steadily, and there's like a little tiny waterfall that was actually surprisingly loud. So I put some sticks on it, angled to kind of dampen the noise a little bit. I think it worked just a little bit. Still makes noise, but it's not as prominent, not as loud. Should be able to hear one coming today. Hopefully I do. I'm tired of not seeing any deer, man. Alright, we just got set up here. We're on the edge of this big cut. Scrape down in front of us, so we'll see how it goes. That's the end of shooting light tonight. Had that bear come through, and then just in the last 5 minutes of light, something came hauling down by Shay. Sounds like it was a couple deer being run by 2 coyotes, and they went and tore by him, and then the coyotes broke off, and the deer continued kind of down in the direction that we're headed out of here. So we're not the only ones out here hunting tonight.
What'd you see? Saw everything but we wanted. Had a nice bear visit us. A couple deer we didn't see. Had some coyotes sneak in.
Yep. Eventful evening.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Beats seeing nothing.
That's true.
We're gonna kill one. It's just gonna take time.
All right, man. Good luck. Alright, well, I just picked my tree. Getting up in this big thing. It's gonna be nasty, but it's the only tree that isn't stone dead on this swamp edge. I originally wanted to sit on the other side of this swamp, but the wind is out of the west. It was supposed to be out of the east tonight, so it wouldn't have worked. So I circled around it. Not a lot of deer sign, but there are some crossing trails here in this switchgrass. There's good security cover. That's about it. Not a lot of tracks or anything on the edges coming through, but you could be walking right down the middle of it, just in the thickest stuff, which would make sense for big buck behavior. I'm gonna try to get up this thing somewhat quietly and get settled in here before the rain and wind comes later. I don't know that the deer are gonna be in this grass as much as I wanted them to in this thicker cover, but looks like there's a bigger pond body of water right here that could pinch them down on my side. And then if they go on the opposite side of it, to stay back in like the pines in the thick cover, that's about 38 to 40 yards. I can see on the top end of this pond, looks like there's a fresh rub where a buck ripped up a little sapling walking around the end of it. So they're in here between Shay's kind of like on the opposite side of the swamp from me, but there's blue jays going off all over the place. We're in here early enough. Storm's blowing in, cold front. So gonna get buckled down here and hopefully see a deer, bro. Alright guys, just got to set up here for night number 2 in a little bit of a different spot. Got a nice field line here. We're gonna try this spot and see how it goes. No deer again. Back at it tomorrow. See you then.
I'm going back after him up on the mountain. Rained all night, all morning. I've got to do it. Muzzleloader opens up tomorrow. Shay can't come with me because he's got commitments. I guess he's got to hand out candy to trick-or-treaters with his girlfriend. So
Probably won't see a single deer up here. But if I do, there's a real good chance it's a night buck. That's what I'm banking on. Pack is so heavy. All my sticks, saddle, camera gear, nonsense. I'd be so much more lethal if I didn't bring all this stupid camera gear, but that's okay. I'm just complaining. Actually, I'm just taking a break, sucking wind because I'm dying. Well, it turned out to be pretty damn windy. Don't love the spot. Found a couple old rubs from a rub line, probably made in the early season, but I'm in a mixed piece of oaks and hemlocks, kind of at where these two bottoms of these knolls intersect. There's a rub line coming up out of the lowland and some thicker hemlocks that come up into the knolls, so they can, if they're bedding out on the knolls, maybe they'll drop down into the timber to get out of this wind. And even If not, I mean, I'm in a pretty good transition area. It's gonna be tight if it happens in here. I'm not gonna be able to see him coming from a long way, so I have to keep my head on a swivel. No deer again. Saw one eastern gray squirrel the entire evening. On to muzzleloader tomorrow. What'd you think?
Huh?
How was it?
That is some of the thickest I have ever come through.
Really?
Dude, I was like maybe 10 yards in every direction. Like, I'm coming through.
The whole way?
Oh, pretty much.
All right, it's November 3rd, about 1 o'clock. I just got done some morning commitments. It's a little warm today. It's about 50 degrees, but got to get out there. So ripping the e-bike back up these snowmobile trails a few miles. Gonna get on a north-facing slope that I haven't checked out a lot, and probably get up above where I found all that sign yesterday. So I had my sling clipped onto my pack here so my gun would stay steady. I couldn't get it off fast enough. Good thing it wasn't a big buck, I guess. November 4th, 5:45 a.m. ripping the e-bike into a bottom, and then I'm gonna still hunt my way through the clear cuts while I got a bunch of wind this morning. Got wifey out here this morning working out too. We're both getting after it. What do you think?
I don't want to be here right now.
It's early. We're going. We're getting after it. Something now. Something dead. Wow. That sucks. I'm sitting on a swamp edge. Zach is like half a mile down the same swamp edge as me. Got a nice opening in front of me that I can watch. There's also like a natural land bridge right here that funnels down into the swamp. So 3:41, about an hour and a half. I'm just gonna hang out for the night and see what happens. Fastest way ever to end the hunt. Right there, dude. Got changed up walking across. Going across the river. I just fell right in the fucking river, dude.
slipped and fell in. It felt like my head was underwater. I was like, oh. I'm gonna go home and change up, try somewhere else, I guess.
Alright, well I found a spot to sit. It's not gonna win me any creativity awards. It's just a high little knoll here at in this bottom. I can see the spine that runs down that way. Crossing trail here, crossing trail there. There's another major trail that runs down the spine that way. With some old skid trails in here, so it's kind of just an intersection where I'm sitting on a high point and some taller stuff where I might be able to see one cruising through, but didn't have a ton of time and just wanted to get out, so.
Yesterday I took a digger trying to cross right by those big rocks right there, and I ended up going down that chute upside down. So dumb. Made it across the river dry today. Deer and trouble, Mom.
Came up to the saddle. It's a mountain top. It comes out this way, drops down here. Another one on this side. Dumps down right in front of me here. And then out in front, there's a steep creek drainage where the head of it is right here. It's a natural crossing right down there. And I'm gonna sit here for the rest of the night, hopefully see something.
Snowed a couple inches here last night. It was supposed to rain, but turned out we got a couple inches of snow. So it's supposed to start raining here in like an hour. Don't have a ton of time. I'm gonna rip my e-bike up some snowmobile trails and try to cut a track real quick. See if I can find where the deer are at and maybe bump into something first thing this morning before the rain. Go on, Bubba. There you go. Come on, brother. I got like a half an hour to go find a deer track. You mind if I go by? Doesn't really seem like it, but... See ya.
this buck track. Looks like it's a little bit old, but let's look at the buck. It's got a decent stagger on it. Alright, it's November 15th. Going out with Spencer this morning to a different piece in a high deer density area. We're gonna surround this long strip of woods, try to isolate some movement, and hopefully freaking kill something this morning. Going back out, trying a swamp piece today. There should be a bunch of pressure. Nobody wants to bushwhack through this thick swamp that we're about to go to, and historically there's been a bunch of deer sign in here. So hopefully we're gonna go sit up in some thick and have everybody else push the deer right to us. Nothing. Like another little one. Two-finger track. No. Brake right? Okay, right on. Thank you, sir.
And if it's a giant buck, Daddy's just gonna take the gun and shoot it. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
November 26th today, I think. I'm losing track of the days, are all blending together. If I ever put out a video about this this hunting season. Been struggling, man. Struggling to keep the motivation and see deer because I've been getting my butt whooped. So persistence. I'm gonna stay after it.
I think I found something I might be able to work with. It's up in this dooryard. There's these big clear cuts. Wind's blowing from west to east. If I go that way, the wind is in my face, and there's a mess of tracks through here. These clear cut skid trails, but older. Looks like a buck track. It's got some dusting in it. Going that way. And it looks like maybe a little bit fresher track. Go that way, maybe from
yesterday morning. Or he's got a little bit of dust on it, but it's still pretty sharp where it's dragging his feet a little bit. So I don't know. It's hard, really hard to judge this. This is old snow that hasn't melted in at all, and very fluffy, powdery stuff. Let's see where this old boy leads us. They're all bucks. December 14th, just after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I am gonna give it one more try here in New Hampshire. I've been getting my butt whooped. Luckily I got a couple deer down in Maine. By the time I post this video, that one should be out, so go check that one out if you haven't seen it. 2 deer in one day. It's pretty awesome. However, today going back up into the mountains after a mountain buck. I tracked all over the place and hunted him a little bit during bow season. I think I got one glimpse of him. I tracked him for like 6 miles last week. He was in the company of 2 other little bucks before they split off, but they're just running a loop up on this mountain. So I found the heavy doe concentration feed area in this clear cut with some briars and raspberry bushes. It was all tore up in there. So it's pretty open, not a lot of softwood hemlocks for cover, but they were feeding in there, so that might be the late season destination food source. I'm gonna give it one more sit tonight and hopefully see some deer. It's real cold out. I'm not even bringing the main camera. I'm just running 2 GoPros, so I'll have one pointed at me and the other one on my head, what I'm looking at or whatever, and hopefully we see some deer. I'm set up here. I'm on this hillside. There's a cut skid trail that goes down. Obviously you see it like that. It's tracking bucks up here 2 times in the last week. They crossed right here. There's a bunch of tracks all in snow right here down below me. They've been milling around feeding. Took me a while to get up in this big pine tree I'm in, but I've got about an hour and a half here, so maybe we'll see something. We'll see. Oh my God, dude. I'm gonna be sick. I just shot a huge buck. I saw him walking down up there. Got the glass on him. He worked his way down,
Thought he was gonna go straight down that way, give me a nice shot right there, but he came straight at me. I drew when he was behind that tree, and I took a shot at him right there. And I think I hit him high, dude. He carried my arrow with him. I had my pin set at 25. He was at like 20. I aimed at like his heart, and the arrow hit high. It looked like it hit above, like around the spine, but when he ran, he was like kind of hunched down on his fronts. So I just, so I'm on a mountainside. Nothing around, nothing that would pinch him down here other than the historical fact that I tracked him here 2 times. This little section of tracks right here is where it crossed. I feel horrible about that shot. I'm gonna be sick. But he looked like he was hurting, and he carried the arrow. It's a mega meat, so it's got huge blades on it. Maybe I hit an artery that runs along the spine, or we'll see. I'm gonna get down, and now I'm shaking because my adrenaline's going. I'm probably gonna fall out of this tree and die. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. This is where I hit him. See some hair in the snow here. No blood, just hair. He bounded off that way, did a big loop. As he was coming back down that way, he looked like he was hurting. I kind of heard him crash into some shit, but he walked straight here towards me, turned broadside, and I was in that tree right there. That's 20 yards. Shot him for 26. I was aiming at his heart. I don't know why I hit so fucking high. Oh my god. Alright, just found the arrow. Doesn't look great at all, but some decent blood. Lots of fat. The fletching is covered in blood. I'm gonna mark the arrow. Keep following, see if he opens up or what the deal is. I know he ran up and curled around there, but it's starting to snow a little bit, and I don't want to lose his tracks. I want to keep track of where he was going. You can see there, he's probably hit this log. There's no blood on the log up high or anything yet. This is where he came down. Crazy dude. No blood. I go ahead and say I probably didn't hit the artery. Oh my god, dude. Way skidded that up, didn't he? Just the dirt there. He's hurting, dude. He took this bank off. skidded right through that bank there. He's bulldozing. It looked like he was. There's no blood, dude. That might have been, I heard him crashing a little bit. Coming down through here, breaking stuff. No blood on anything. It's hair. Oh, he is. He's hurting. I say that, dude. He's just steamrolling through here like he's hurt, but he's not bleeding at all. There's still no blood. Dude, he is wiping out here. I just tracked him a little bit further. I went back and I got my stuff and it looks like he's bulldozing here. He's straight up like eating it. Running. We got blood there. Huh. Interesting. He hasn't bled at all in the snow. Yet. Holy. He came in here and rolled around. Oh man. Well, this buck only seen one little tiny spot of blood where he ran into a tree. But he keeps crashing, rolling around in circles here. It's like an 8-foot by 8-foot circle. He's like, I think I messed something up with his spine clearly because he can't run very good. He keeps wiping out and plowing the snow with his front legs. Must be like spinal injury for sure, but I'm gonna stay on him, see if I can't bump into him or find him dead. Ran down into a creek. He bedded right here in the water. There's a little bit of blood around. I think I just bumped him out of his bed. He's bedding in the water, partially in the water, submerged. I've been staying on this thing's track for 3/4 of a mile now, and he kept like having his legs go out. Must have nicked his spine or something, but he kept steamrolling. It's like he would run a couple 100 yards and then his legs would give out and he'd push snow with his back legs and just like pile drive for 30 yards or so. So I just tracked him down into a creek. I must have bumped him up out of a bed where he kept like rolling around over and over again. And he kept bedding every like 20, 30 yards. I knew he was hurting bad, dude, but I just came around here and I was watching where he walked in the creek. Right here he walked and he laid down, and if he's not dead, he's gonna be dead from laying in that water for a couple minutes. I can't do anything to put him down. I'm gonna back off, wait till he dies, and put my hands on him. Luckily, he ran towards my truck the whole way, which is pretty awesome, but never how you want it to go. I shot him 2 hours ago. That's how it is. Wow. Holy shit, guys. Wow. That was emotional. After not having anything come by me all hunting season. Literally, this is the biggest buck I've seen all hunting season. It came at 20 yards with the bow, and I thought I f***ed it all up. But I hit him wicked high, and it did enough nerve damage to make it so he couldn't walk, and eventually he ran into the creek right here and died up against this beaver dam. But he would run for 200 yards, 300 yards, and then like his front legs would give out, and then he'd be bulldozed, and you could see he's covered in like ice from running all through this creek and flopping around in the creek and bedding down. And what a hardly a drop of blood for over a half a mile in the snow. I could just see the way he was running when he ran away from me, and then he kept bulldozing in the snow. Looked like a friggin' somebody was dragging one out of there, but it was him running, and I knew I'd see him eventually, and he just decided to lay down, and probably, I don't know if it was beneficial for him to be in the water with the spine injury or whatever, but he laid down in the creek and died right here, probably 3/4 of a mile from where I shot him, and probably not even a half a mile to the truck now. So what a beautiful buck though. My gosh, dude. Talk about cutting it down the wire. Oh my gosh. He's a stud. Still got some weight on him. He's spinning in the back. I had some work to do now. I'm soaked. This is awesome. It's December 20th. I'm out here simmering down the deer skull.
gonna pressure wash it and do a European mount, which is officially the last part of the hunt. So get this guy hung up on the wall and be able to look at him and remember the hunt, remember the season, and honor him for years to come. But wanted to thank everybody for watching all these videos I've been putting up for the last 4 or 5 years here. It's cool bumping into people that have been like, oh hey, I saw that video of you, it's cool, good job, and you know, I enjoy it. Just gonna wrap it up for the year, so I guess I'll see you guys during turkey season, and appreciate everybody who watches, and as always, I'll see y'all on the next one.